Hey everyone, it is Tuesday. You know what that means? We bring back on my good friend Omar, who is the real estate entrepreneur. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good, Michael. How are you?
Doing great, man. So you're clearly in Lake Havasu enjoying life of a real estate entrepreneur. So mad props. Thank you for making me a little bit jealous. So
You're
hey, we're
welcome.
yeah, yeah,
I want to be in your shoes, though,
yeah,
bro.
we're gonna
So,
inspire people here. Hey, what I wanted to do first with
yes, we
you
are.
is I want to
Yeah.
talk about the importance of focus. And what I mean by focus
Okay.
here is my message, my story is one of working full time, raising a family, and yet finding 10 to 20 minutes a day to learn and ultimately start and build a real estate portfolio in a market I'd never been to. And I get asked
Okay.
all the time, and people, try to, how'd you do it? The Rubik's Cube, you're lucky, you knew somebody, you had a lot of, I mean, they always, lots of excuses. But in reality, it was focus. It's step one of my course. You remember my course, and it's no, take the entire real
Yes.
estate market, take all the different options, flipping, wholesaling, multifamily housing, get micro focused, and just look at that dot, like literally a dot for, the next several years. And again, I bought in the Mayfair, which is a part of Fresno, a certain housing type and size for almost 3 years. And people just, I mean, I talk to new investors, they get all excited and, they're in a town like Fresno or the Inland Empire or the high desert, and they're bouncing around. And like, you can't compare
Yes.
here with there. You can't take here and there. You got to focus, folks. That's what I'm trying to help you. Inventory is starting to grow. You got low interest rates at least one more year. Please get focused. I want to help you. I did an interview with Sam over the weekend, another member of the course, talking about the 75 hard challenge for real estate. And, people,
Ooh.
you just got to get focused. You got to get focused. So what does that mean to you as a real estate entrepreneur?
That means everything. Because put yourself in a vehicle in an area that you don't know.
Right.
Your focus is going to be that GPS getting you your destination.
Mm-hmm.
And without plugging it in, you kind of just drive. And when you plug it in, you kind of have a destination that you're going to now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of relay that, or I kind of mirror that like your business.
Hmm.
So what is it that you want out of what you're doing? And that focus aspect of it is uh it's difficult because it's life. You get everything thrown at you. You get shiny objects thrown at you all the time.
Yeah.
And the aspect for me is, what do I want to accomplish today? The small W's add up over the course of 30 days.
Mm.
I'm not looking, I'm my end goal, obviously the 5 year mark, everybody has it, the 2 year mark, the 1 year mark. But before you get to any of that, you have to be able to understand that, hey, you have to get that small W, whether it's daily goals, hourly goals, figure that part out and really just pinpoint on what you want out of the business that you're in.
Yeah.
And if you have a job, then then you're the perfect example. You had a job, a career, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you were buying one rental at a time during that process.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody that's out there listening, like, figure out what your focus is. You're making money to pay your bills, but below the means, so you're able to reinvest and then buy that one rental at a time. That is your focus, is
Yeah.
to live below your means to buy the rental that'll end up appreciating over time, because we're all on this show for that reason.
Yeah.
You're all paying attention to the playlists that Michael has. Then take a little bit from each playlist or each person and apply it in your normal life.
Yeah.
Don't change it, just apply it.
Yeah. The real key.
And
Yeah.
there's so much more. Go ahead. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll let you go for it now.
Yeah. So the real key for me is, and again, I go back to before I owned anything. I was coming off a stock
Okay.
market that kicked my ass, right? I lost about $150,000 in, several weeks or maybe a couple months. that's the ass kicking I was coming into real estate for. So the last thing I could do is suffer another L. I liked your whole little small W analogy. I'd never used that. I'm probably going to steal that. And I was coming off a massive L. I was defeated, right? I was pretty disappointed in myself because I have the education, I know how to do it, but I got caught up in the moment of, day trading and speculating and ultimately gambling, right? And
right.
I knew I wasn't going to do that again for real estate. So for me, it was, how can I learn a market I've never been to, right? If I was going to invest in the Bay Area, right? I grew up in Sunnyvale, lived in Santa Clara. I could have done it, but I chose Fresno, 2.5 hours away, because it made sense, right? Live where you want, invest where the numbers make sense. So I had to learn.
Say that again. Say that right.
Live where
that
you
again.
want. Live where you want.
Okay.
Invest where the numbers make sense.
Ooh.
Thought you'd like that.
Yeah.
So I chose.
I like that. Yep.
Yeah. So I chose Fresno, and then I chose a specific part of Fresno, and then I chose a specific asset, and I looked at that thing every day for years. I could not make a mistake. So what I tell people now in the course, the only question I teach you is to figure out what average is. Because if you can solve the Rubik's Cube for your market and your asset, which will take 60 or 90 days, you have unlocked the ability to make money. If your average is 5 or 6 or 8 or 10, I don't care. Your job is to do better than average, because you don't have to say yes to every deal. You only need to do one deal a year to change your life. Some of you, one deal every 2 years to change your life. Don't walk into the casino. Don't walk into the real estate market and just pick something. I want my students to do good or great deals, and it all starts with focus and doing the work.
Focus, doing the work. And guys, if you're not taking notes, then shame on you, because I bring a pad and I take notes, and I have and then I transfer it to a little book.
Yeah.
With Michael Zuber everywhere. So I have my own little book that I put everything back in there, just of you and I.
Yeah. Well, I take notes too. If it's not obvious, folks, I take notes too. That's funny. So yeah, again, that's
awesome.
Folks, if you're going to get started in real estate investing this year, let me remove burdens from you. You don't need to be an expert at everything. Pick one thing. My suggestion is buy and hold. My suggestion specifically is residential buy and hold. I think we have a very small window left of remarkably low 30-year fixed rate mortgages. We are going into an environment that will eventually be inflationary for both prices and rent.
Yes.
And if you can get a 3% mortgage in a 3% or greater inflation environment, I promise you, you will thank me. That's what's coming, but you got to do the work.
Hey, and you know what too, Michael, can I add something? Because
Please.
I want to make sure of something. You said you're focusing on buy and hold only. Okay. And right now, because the way the market is, we are going to see, which we have already the last 15 days, the bond went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Interest rate went up. So what you could have gotten 2 weeks ago for free, call it a 3% loan, okay, for free, no points. That now is probably the charge of 2 points to get that same 3%. So it's going to cost you money to get that same 3%. We're going in that trajectory right now. There will be a slowdown.
Mm-hmm.
People aren't going to be able to borrow enough. So just remember that people are still going to need houses to live in. So hence, that's why you're focusing on the buy and hold, because the rental aspect as well.
Yeah. Again, and most of the people that follow me are trying to get in or are in that getting their next one. This is the special time. Because again, what else have we learned about 2021? People are getting out of apartments. Space is good. I want a garage. I want a yard for my dog or my kids to a play set because they can't go to the park anymore. Folks, this is the time to start one rental at a time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your money. Get the course below. Let's get started. Any closing thoughts?
you're in this for the long run.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that focus is solid, because what's quick and easy to get right now will be gone. I'd rather deal with struggle and pain and that whole challenging aspect of it, because that's something that's going to stay with you for a long time. Quick success is gone. It's that long-term stuff that builds you. That's why you need that focus to stay in that lane. So great stuff, Michael.
Well said, buddy. Thank you.